Well, President Trump marking the first 100 days in his second term with a rally in Michigan. The president speaking to Americans from Macomb County. And Trump says his administration is delivering profound change in Washington, restoring the rule of law, ending woke policies, and saving the American dream. He calls the past 14 weeks a revolution of common sense. Democratic lawmakers call it 100 days of chaos.
We're for common sense. We like strong borders. We like good education. We like low interest rates. We like being able to buy a beautiful car.
Cost of groceries, up. Energy costs, up. Cost of clothes, of homes, of cars, up.
November election after losing the key battleground state in 2020. Earlier in the day, he made an appearance at Selfridge Air National Guard Base alongside Michigan's Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Together, they announced a new fighter jet mission to be stationed at the base. Republican Congressman Mark Amodei taking the time to speak on the president's first 100 days. Amodei, who is the chairman of the House Appropriations Homeland Security Subcommittee, says issues that were campaigned on are right on track. And when speaking on tariffs and the cost of living, the congressman says, let's wait to see how things pan out over the next 100 days. For prices to go down, Trump promised it would happen on day one. Instead, this administration has caused economic uncertainty, enacted cost-raising tariffs, and revoked an executive order to lower prescription drug costs. And first-term Republican Governor Joe Lombardo with some stark contrast, saying when he reached out to the Biden administration with urgent letters about Nevada's housing crisis, he was met with silence. He went on to say, on the other hand, when he reached out to the Trump administration, he was met with action signing an agreement with the Bureau of Land Management to expedite the release of federal land in Nevada for attainable housing. Well, as the president marks the first 100 days in office, public faith in his economic leadership appears to be faltering. National correspondent Kayla Gaskins has the latest poll numbers from Washington.
As President Donald Trump marks 100 days in office, the White House is touting the benefits of his economic policies as the American public grows skeptical.
President Trump is delivering on his promises to lower costs for American families and businesses. Prices across the board for everyday goods have seen declines since this president was inaugurated. From airfare to used motor vehicles to prescription drugs, prices are dropping.
Fresh polling from the Pew Research Center, though, shows Americans' faith in President Donald Trump's economic decision-making is at the lowest point of his political career.
Look at the actual data, and the actual data has been quite good. The job data is good. Americans keep spending. And as Caroline said, we have these incredible commitments to bring manufacturing back on shore with record investment.
New polling from Gallup shows a majority of Americans are skeptical about the benefits of tariffs. But the White House says these policies are what's best for the country.
The president finally said enough is enough and refused to allow America and our workers to be ripped off any longer on trade. President Trump implemented powerful tariffs to end the era of economic surrender and to rebalance America's trading agreements.
President Trump set to ease tariffs for automakers, rolling back some tariffs on foreign parts used to make cars in the U.S.
We just wanted to help them during this little transition, short term. And during this little, if they can't get parts, it has to do with a very small percentage. If they can't get parts, we didn't want to penalize them.
The White House addressing a report that Amazon will start showing a little number next to the price of each product, indicating how much the Trump tariffs are adding to the cost of each item.
This is a hostile and political act by Amazon. As Reuters recently wrote, Amazon has partnered with a Chinese propaganda arm. So this is another reason why Americans should buy American.
An Amazon spokesperson disputed the reporting, saying showing price impacts by tariffs was never a consideration. Secretary Bessent was also on Capitol Hill Monday, where he reiterated there are three legs to President Trump's economic agenda: trade, deregulation, and taxes. Bessent set the deadline for Congress to implement Trump's tax policies as July 4th. In Washington, I'm Kayla Gaskins.
And tonight for our question of the day, we want to know, do you approve of President Trump's performance in his first 100 days in office? Scan the QR code that you see on your screen or vote on our website, mynews4.com.